What is up? What's today? Motherfucking March 4th, I think. March 4th, 2020. We out here. It's J&J Boxing. I'm Blaze Jays. I'm here with my man Jordansky.
What's going on,
Yes. So we got a couple things to talk about going on in and around the motherfucking sports world. I need to stop cursing, but I can't because I'm still blown about that fight, that Deontay Wilder joint. But we're going to get him. And we're going to talk about that coming into the show. Some of the early things, my Maryland Terps have lost 3 of their last 4 yesterday. First time since 1991 we got beat by Rutgers. It was in Rutgers. We lost a home game to Michigan State.
Oh, shit, that's a tough one.
That was a couple days ago. Lost to Ohio State. So we've only lost 1 game at home, but we lost to Michigan State. And, man, I don't know. We've been cold from 3. We need to start getting our 3 back. So, hopefully that comes back. Hopefully it gets back together. And the DC Defenders are looking like the motherfucking Maryland Terps out here. Jordan said that was looking better than the Redskins. And, man, what you think about the DC Defenders, dog? What about...
They ain't even my favorite team. The Houston Roughnecks is my favorite team. I fuck my man P.J. Walker.
How you going to do the DC Defenders like that?
Because they playing like shit.
So when they was both 2-0, it was I'm good. Rocking with DC. But
now, I always say that. I think I said, like, I still do believe that at the end of the day, it's going to be DC Defenders versus the Houston Roughnecks in the championship game.
Man, it's looking a little shaky.
Nah, they gonna bounce back. They just had two rough losses. That's all it was. Cardell Jones is gonna get his shit back together. Hopefully he didn't fizzle out. I don't think he fizzled out. I just think that they just hit a rough patch. The Tampa loss was kind of because Tampa was Tampa was like the winless team.
And the team that lost.
Tampa sucks. To me, Tampa is the worst team in the XFL. That was, like I said, that was a tough loss.
When they lost to the other squad, they
got blown out. It was a tough loss, like 2 tough losses, like I said. But I think they're gonna bounce back. I'm not giving up on them to make it to the championship game at all. But I just think it's 2 tough losses. I know they're gonna bounce back, but. Man, oh man, Houston is $100 grand. Like, they are playing good football.
And that was a good game last week against Dallas.
And it was a great game for it because they didn't blow Dallas out. It was a good game.
It was looking like that in the beginning, but Dallas.
Yeah, Dallas was about because Dallas is a good team too. I think they're one of the best teams there too. But
Larry Jones got hurt though.
Yeah, I know, and they were talking about that. But if PJ Walker can continue to play at the high level he's playing, and if I really like Houston's defense for real too. Their offense is good, but their defense is what really is impressing me because their defense has been able to make some stands. The Dallas game is, for example, like I said, they were able to make a stand, so that was a good thing. I just think that for DC, they just gotta try to bounce. They are gonna bounce back, but they gotta try to keep it together. They're 2-2. They lost 2 straight, but at the same time, it's not like they 0-4. So they can bounce back. They're 500 right now. I still got them finishing the season at the end of the day at like those 2 to me still the best teams in the joint for real. Like the Patriots have off games. The Patriots lost to the Dolphins. The Patriots lost to the Titans. Like they have rough games. Like shit, they do. They might not get blown out, but they have rough games.
Or 39.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, they still have rough games though. They lose. So I mean. It happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of them. Hopefully, they can bounce back. It all depends on Cardell Jones, though, because he played shitty those last 2 games. I believe I think the last week's game he had 4 interceptions. It's like, god damn, kid, like, come on, man. You were just lights out. So hopefully he can bounce back. If he bounces back, the team's going to be good.
Do you think they should replace him and put the back of him?
Fuck no.
That's what some fans were calling for. And they did take him out at the end of last week's game.
No, that's crazy. Why would you give up on him that quick? Like, you can't give up on him that quick.
We're losing 25-0. And we're 4 weeks in. If you ain't
give up that quick.
If you ain't the guy, you ain't the guy.
What is it, 10-week season, right?
10-week season, yeah.
6 more games left?
Yeah, we're basically halfway through this motherfucker.
Don't give up yet.
It's like giving up on a quarterback in week 8. It's like, you know,
don't give up yet.
You just gotta do what you gotta do.
I would say if I would start him this week, and if he bombs out this week, then hell yeah, it's time to put the backup in. But if he's able to turn it around this week, then no. Like, nah. He just had 2 off weeks. Maybe there's something going on with him personally. Maybe there's something going on mentally that He was off. So just give him a chance. And then again, you got to also talk about the defense on the defenders. Why are you giving up 25 points? Why are you giving up 37 points? Like, what's going on here?
Because the offense can't score a lick.
Yeah, but the defense can't stop a lick.
They had 200-yard rushers, the first ever in XFL history.
So the defense can't stop a lick.
Yep.
Because let me tell you right now, if the defense was able to stop last week's game, because last week is for real. 2 weeks ago, the defense wasn't able to stop them a week ago when it was 37-9. Like the offense was able to put up 9 points. Like they put up 9 points.
They scored a touchdown like at the very end of the game.
Yeah, so they able to, but still they put up 9 points. Now I think if the defense was able to stop them though, stop the other team, then it would have been a competitive ball game. If they were able to stop them, then it would have came down to that last touchdown. So it's the offense too and it's defense. But at the end of the day, this man threw 4 interceptions. That is crazy. Now, I believe he threw an interception the last game that they just paid. I believe he threw I think a couple. I think he threw like a 2 joint. So that's 6 in 2 weeks. That's terrible. I know people are calling for him to get benched, but I'm just saying you gotta give him a chance. Hopefully he can bounce back. But I already know Houston though. I'm not gonna jinx it. Knock on wood. I think Houston might probably will go undefeated.
Damn, undefeated.
But they probably will lose next week. But I think they can. Because every dog has their day. Somebody's going to figure that shit out. Somebody's going to try to shut them down.
How to go from undefeated to losing next week?
Because I'm just trying to be realistic. Like.
Yeah. No, I feel that. So, should be interesting. Keep on the lookout for the XFL. Doing big things, doing entertaining things. And as far as the ratings go, I've heard they haven't fallen under 1 million, like 1 million viewers per game. So that's good. And then they said there was an increase in the Houston game when they played Dallas last week because it was kind of like a rivalry joint, and they sort of built that thing up. So that's what's up. As long as things keep heading in the positive, keep going on the up and up. That's all you can really ask for, I guess, right? So, should be interesting. Like I said, keep out on the lookout. The XFL, they're trying to bring a good, entertaining product to the field, and I feel like it is entertaining. That's what's up. That's what's up with the XFL, and that's what's going on with the XFL happenings. And I heard they were going up against the Combine, the Scouting Combine last week, and I think they did better than the Scouting Combine. That's what Fun Little Rap said. I'm not 100% certain though. So they're talking about the NFL draft. Man, what you think about Tua? They're talking about the Redskins need to take Tua at number 2.
Man, if the Redskins take Tua at number 2, jeez Louise, that would not be good. Like that's a fucking that would be crazy. Like why? You already got a young quarterback on your squad that you can groom into being like a great quarterback. He's not a bad quarterback. When he had when he showed y'all when he had glimpses of like good shit, he was good. Like when I saw the highlights, when he was bad, he was bad. When he was good though, he was good. Like the kid was good. It's just I can't blame him for some of the stuff that happened. First of all, he had a coach that didn't want him. That's number one. Then the best player on the fucking team wasn't there. So it's like if Trent Williams was there, that would have been a totally different offensive line. It would have helped his progression. So without Trent Williams being there, and then the shit that he faced with Gruden, it's kind of degressed him. But I believe he's going to be good. But I don't think that the Redskins should do that. That's what it all comes down to. What I'm saying is like the Redskins would be stupid to do that. Like what are you going to do with Haskins? Why waste it? And that would be. So I'm telling you, they did that. That would be the downfall of John Riviera in Washington, D.C. Ron Riviera. I said John Riviera. I combined John Gruden and fucking Ron Riviera. Wow. But it's Riverboat Ron and fucking Washington, D.C. That would be the downfall. Because that would be stupid. Like, that would be dumb as shit. I wouldn't take Tua at second, number 1, because he has a history of getting hurt. And that hip. No, sir. I wouldn't take him number 2. Because he's not ready to start yet. Because if he got hit like that, imagine him getting smacked in the NFL running out the pocket. That kid might not be the same. But I think that Chase Young will be an immediate effect on the defense. It will be an immediate turnaround for the team. I think that will add like a whole new life. I think that Chase Young has that Khalil Mack effect. I think that he can turn an organization around because it brings like a new life. Like, damn, we got this kid that's ferocious on the line, and we got some ferocity back on defense. When I was younger, when we were younger, the one thing I can always remember in this area was that the Ravens and the Redskins always had a top 10 or top 5 defense in the NFL. From when I was younger, that's what I can remember from the Redskins. I think with Chase Young being on that team, it adds a whole new life to them. I think that their defense will go back to being in that type of caliber. And that would help the offense out too. You take pressure off of Dwayne. Like did they play together?
Yeah.
They did play together, and that takes pressure. Then you got somebody you used to play with in college. It's like, man.
Dwayne's tweeted like, yeah, I can't wait till you come to the squad.
Yeah, like let's do this thing. Like Like that'll be tight. I can't wait to.
And you know he's from Maryland. They both Dwayne Haskins went to high school in Montgomery County.
See,
because he's from Hyattsville.
I think that they should. I think that would be a good pick for him. I think that's needed because you need somebody that knows him in a locker room for real. I think that's what he lacked this season or last season, whatever you want to say it. I think that's what Dwayne lacked, that connection in a locker room for real. He might have had a connection with the team on that level, but on a personal level, you got a connection, like you got a teammate that you play with throughout your whole entire career, and it's like, damn, my man about to get drafted to my team. Oh shit! When he's down, you can uplift him. Like, man, you got this, Dwayne. Don't worry. And if you can't do it, bro, I got you. We're going to shut this shit down. We're going to get the ball back in your hands so you can turn this bitch around. So I think that would be a good pickup for the Redskins. I think the Redskins would, man, don't fuck up. I just got a feeling they're going to fuck up.
I think we're going to take Chase Young, and I hope we take Chase Young. I think that would be the good thing to do. Where do you think Tua goes then? Say, hypothetically, Tua doesn't go to, where do you think the Lions could theoretically draft him at 3? But they got Stafford.
Stafford's on his way out, though. I think Stafford.
He still has a big contract, though.
I know, but I mean, it would not. That's cool though, but it's nothing. It doesn't hurt for him to sit on a bench.
So if you were 3, you take.
I would, because it doesn't hurt to sit him on a bench.
Remember we was talking about him falling on the top 10.
I say, bro, because I still think that he should fall to the top 10 because of the injury. That's just me.
But then you're saying if you were the Raiders, you'd take him at 3.
Who?
You're saying not the Raiders. I mean at the Lions.
The Lions, because if the Lions, if he falls to number 3, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm thinking, because you asked it, I'm giving a hypothetical. Like it wouldn't be bad for him to sit underneath Matthew Stafford. They got their quarterback of the future right there in Tua. But to me, if I'm any of the teams with the top 10 picks, I'm like, nah, man, I can't do it. Like, you're a good quarterback, but that injury, that would be in the back of my mind. Like, that's scary for real. Like, I wouldn't want to risk it right now. Because if you need an automatic guy to start right now, you need somebody that you need to change the team's dynamic right now. He's injury prone. I'm sorry. Like, maybe he's only been hurt. I know he's only been hurt like a few times in college, but that last hurt was hurt. Like, that shit was...
Yeah, his hip was fucked up. Now, 100. So, should be interesting to see how the draft all plays out and stuff like that. And I heard that Steph Curry, I think he comes back tomorrow or something from his hand injury. I know, kind of switching sports, but
they're done.
Yeah, they are done. And, yeah, man. Hey, basketball is pretty interesting this season. You got a lot of.
I would have called it a season for real. I'll call it a season.
Let's just hope we get the best draft pick possible. You feel me? But hey, I mean, there's still a couple months left to go in the season. So, maybe once they come out there and finish the joint. And I saw him, he was draining the joints from half court and shit, draining them shots. Just interesting and stuff like that. You see in baseball, they keep throwing the balls at the Astros players, like trying to hit them.
Yesterday.
Yeah, that shit is pretty crazy.
Man, that's fucked. I mean, they got caught cheating, but it
kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah,
I guess.
it does, but it sucks though, because some of the guys probably like, damn man, I didn't even know nothing about this shit. Like I didn't know nothing about this, like for real.
Nah, they probably all knew.
They probably.
For real.
But, you know, some of the guys probably thinking like that, like, man, I ain't know nothing about this shit. Like, man, come on, I ain't know nothing about this shit. Like, bro, this sucks.
Yeah.
They gonna have a rough season. Motherfuckers gonna be.
Maybe my man Dusty gonna turn them around, and they gonna come out and cook.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they talked about that in the team meeting before spring training, spring games. They're probably like, y'all already know what's about to happen, right?
Y'all gonna have the target on your backs.
Yep, and they're gonna be launching them joints at you. And motherfuckers was intentionally hitting these bammers, like, and just shrugging it off, like, fuck it.
Yeah.
It's like all the other teams came together and said, we going to dart their ass up.
Yeah. and that's what's been going down. So anyway, just that's what's been going on in the sports world and around the sports world. So now let's get into some boxing news, man. This weekend coming up, fight that's gonna be on Fox is two dudes who should win, both of them. I feel pretty confident in predicting them. F.A. Jabe fighting some guy he should beat, and then Adam Kanaki, he's the main event. He's fighting this dude Robert Helenas or something to that effect. I apologize if I got the name wrong, but anyway, they should win. I'm actually gonna have to record it. I'm not gonna be able to watch them joints because me and Taz are going down to, they have a little the Golden Gloves joint, the Washington joints down in Rosecroft. So we're gonna go to that joint, and it's gonna be on Saturday. I think it starts at 7:30. It's about $20 to get in that joint. Should be interesting and stuff like that. I posted the flyer in the group message, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. Should be interesting. You gonna be tuning into that joint to see F.A. Jabe and Kanaki put in work, two up-and-comers in the heavyweight division?
Yeah, I'm watching that.
Yeah. Remember F.A. Jabe last fight, he fought that one dude. Boy, they was slugging it out.
Yeah, he had a war.
And Kanaki, I don't know if it was Kanaki's last joint exactly, but he fought, I think it was Areola. You know what, maybe, I don't remember who Kanaki was fighting, but they both threw 1,000 punches, some crazy ass shit.
Areola.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Threw 1,000 punches. They was going at it. Yeah, I don't think that was Kanaki's last joint, but it was one of his, previous fights, not in the not too distant past, 2019. And so anyway, that should be a good event, and we got some good events coming up. I think, on the 14th, Shakur Stevenson's fighting. Dude, he should probably beat the brakes off of.
Probably demolish.
Yeah. And then on the 21st, I think it's going to be on Daz, and Breedis is going to fight Dorticos. It's going to be in Latvia, whatever, some country over there.
The IBF Cruiserweight Championship.
Yes, and that should be a good fight, though. Cruiserweight division stinks for real, comparatively to the rest of the divisions, but those are two very highly rated cruiserweights, particularly since Alexander Usyk left. And what's his name was saying that he wants to get the winner. Joseph Parker was saying he wants to get the winner of Closoria and Usyk, which are to fight on the 28th, if I'm not mistaken. How do you see? And we're assuming that Usyk wins. Maybe Closoria could win. I don't know. Should be an interesting fight, but I'd probably lean Usyk. I think Usyk is probably going to be the favorite. How do you think Joseph Parker would do against Usyk?
I think he would punish Usyk, but
maybe Closoria.
I think he would punish Closoria too, but that situation right there, because you also got Dillian White, who's trying to get in the mix of everything.
And Jarrell Miller's coming back too.
Yeah, but man, son, that the heavyweight division with actually it was good for other people because for Tyson Fury to win, because if Deontay Wilder would have won, it's like, goddamn, y'all motherfuckers y'all gonna be on notice for real, because that would drop Tyson Fury. That would have dropped Tyson Fury out of the top 3. No, Tyson Fury probably would still have been number 3,
yeah.
And Anthony Joshua would probably been number 2. But because Deontay Wilder would have been considered the lineal heavyweight champion and the ring champion of the WBC.
Yeah.
So that shit with him losing, because I'm pretty sure he's number 3 right now.
Yeah.
With him losing, that opened up for other people for the division to just explode, because now you got all the Anthony Joshua not being able to defend all his belts with all the mandatories, so the WBO is probably going to be relinquishing that. Usyk fight's going to be for the WBO championship.
Yep.
So Cesaro versus Usyk for the WBO. Whoever wins that joint, I don't know. I was calling it 50-50 fight. I don't know who's going to win.
I think Usyk probably wins that jump.
But that would be interesting. Then you got Anthony Joshua, so he's going to defend the WBA.
He going to defend the IBF.
So the IBF, and then the WB, he has to defend the IBF versus Charles Martin.
No, the IBF's against Pulev. He'll fight June 20th.
Okay, yeah, so Pulev, and then you got the WBA that Joshua has, and Joshua also has the IBO championship. So
the IBO is not one of the.
I know it's not one of the big 4s, but he still got the joint.
But the big, so he got the WBA
and the IBF.
So,
yes. So Joshua would have to defend the WA too. Whether the WA mandatory, like he's wanting to. So Joshua has a plan. I know his original plan was to do 4 fights. Usyk, his IBF joint, his WA, and the IBO, because he had to fight. He had to defend all those titles. He had to defend. That was his 4 fight. Whatever. But with him with the shake up and shit going on, I'm pretty sure that he's going to relinquish that joint, and that's what's going to cause the heavyweight division to get
Usyk, though.
I know, but he won't be the mandatory though. I don't think he'll be the mandatory because he vacated.
But he might not have a mandatory after Usyk wins it.
I know. I'm saying but he vacated, so it doesn't make him just the #1 contender. He just vacated.
So they're going to get the belt. Whoever wins the fight, and he'll fight the winner of that joint theoretically, or Joseph Parker.
I think Joseph Parker gets the fight. That's what I'm saying. So
then maybe he could fight Tyson Fury or Deontay Wilder.
Nah, he probably the fight they won is probably going to be with him and Tyson Fury, so he can so they can go relinquish the WBO. Whoever gets it. Fight Tyson, fight whatever he got to defend, and then let him fight against Tyson Fury. Think he's gonna beat Tyson Fury.
Wait, they're saying in July Wilder's gonna fight. So after theoretically Joshua beats Pulev, and then you know what I'm saying, and then Usyk's already going, or whoever wins the Chisora Usyk joint. So then it would be they'd fight. Josh would probably fight the winner of Wilder Fury 3.
That's if they can.
Maybe toward the end of the year.
That's if they can fucking.
That's going to be tough though too.
The plan is they want it to be Joshua versus Fury. That's what they want. That's what they really
toward
really
the end
want.
of the year. That's what I'm saying.
But I'm telling you right now, if Wilder wins, it's not going to happen. They're not going to. The fight's not going to happen. The end of this year.
Wilder could fight Joshua at the end of the year.
I don't think so.
Theoretically,
he could, but I don't think it will happen.
Why not?
Because I think they're gonna have a stalemate, and it's gonna be over. I already know it's gonna be over money. They're gonna have a stalemate. It's gonna be over money.
Man, they're gonna make this shit happen. Both of them have lost already, so now we just need to give Tyson Fury a L. So we all in the club.
Because actually, once he loses, I think that he goes down because he lost. He'll be losing. If him losing, I think he goes down. I think he will drop to like 5 if he was to lose. Because you got a lot of shit to think about. That's what I'm saying. This shit is going to get crazy because if Usyk, let's say Usyk wins, he's the WBO champion. Let's say Wilder beats Fury in July. All right, Anthony Joshua beat Povetkin. Okay, Pulev. All right, he beat Pulev. Charles Martin wins that IBF shit, so now he got an automatic shot at the IBF champion. Okay, let's say fucking Joshua ramsacks him again, because that's what the fuck's gonna happen. I'm just saying, no matter what, if Charles Martin wins the next eliminator and it's the joint that get the shot, he's gonna get ramsacked. I just got a feeling.
And they said Dillian White might fight Povetkin that.
And see, I was just thinking. No, I think he is. They had a conference.
Have they announced a date?
I don't know. I gotta check because I know they had a post date. They would have that fight, the press conference for the fight. But so that's Povetkin versus Dillian White is going to take in play. I'm pretty sure whoever wins that will get a title shot.
Dillian White's probably going to win that.
I think Dillian White's going to win that joint too, but. We got a lot of shit to think about in that division.
Ruiz could come back and fight somebody.
And that's another thing.
Maybe fight Luis Ortiz.
And that's what I was about to say. Ruiz and Ortiz can fight, and maybe one of them can get the shot at Usyk. Whoever beats one of them, like it's
so much shit.
It's so much shit up in the air. It is like it's so many things that's up in the air that I'm not gonna even.
It's hard to really speculate.
I'm not even gonna when these fights happen. I'm not taking nothing. I'm just gonna just start saying 50-50 because that's how I feel it is right now in the heavyweight division. It's 50-50.
You got a bunch of 50-50 fights.
You do. You got a 50-50 fight. The Tyson Fury versus Deontay Wilder last weekend was a 50-50 fight going in. Don't care what nobody say.
It definitely was. Wilder was actually the favorite.
And I think it was 50-50.
Yeah.
So
but it was a very slight favorite.
It was a 50-50 fight.
What happened?
And that's where things just happened. But that happening helped other people. Because if that didn't happen and if Wilder would have won, I promise you this, I really think on everything that Wilder would have went on and the Joshua, now I agree with you on that. Instead of we seeing Wilder versus Fury in July, we would have saw Joshua versus Wilder in July. And I think Wilder would have KO'd Joshua. And I think he would have KO'd Joshua in 5. That's what I think. I think Joshua would have been winning rounds 1 through 3, and I think 4, Wilder would have hit him with something that hurt him, and in 5 he would have ended him. That's how I think that fight would have went. But with how things would have happened, how things happen, it's just those paths didn't cross at that time. Like, man, it's something I want everybody to think. I know I sound crazy right now, but I think that how things are happening, it's meant for a collision course with Joshua and Wilder. Because in my opinion, once they get Tyson Fury out the way, right now Tyson Fury, I'll say he's number 1. Like he can box. The kid, like the dude can box. He's really good. But I'm just saying, I'm telling y'all right now, it's not going to be, at the end of the day, I think that Fury he could possibility he could go undefeated, but I think that the fight that everybody really that's been in the works, been waiting, that both sides been talking shit, is Joshua and Wilder. Them paths got to cross sometime. Them paths going to cross, man. I know everybody want the fight, but everybody wants the Tyson Fury and Joshua fight too, which I think will do numbers in Britain. But at the same time, I want that Wilder and Joshua fight. I think that fight is a little bit more important. I think that fight should have been happened, because that should have been happening. And now that they're not undefeated, it loses some of his lust of for the audience. Like, these dudes ain't undefeated no more. They both got knocked out. But
if Wilder loses to Fury,
it just is over with. And I think that's another thing why I think how when you said like a couple weeks ago, you was like, you think Wilder should take a tune-up. I think he should too, because I don't think that he should jump right out.
I think Charles, like I said last week, I think Charles Martin.
But see, I know, but that's when I forgot that Charles Martin and Gerald Washington were fighting in the IBF eliminator. So any fight that happens, it will be an IBF eliminator. So I think that and then again, I think
that going to beat the shit out of Charles.
I know that, but still, it would make no sense for them to fight. But
it doesn't matter. It's bro. So. I need a tune-up fight, and you're a quality opponent. The IBF eliminator already happened.
Go fight. He can fight Stavern.
No, Stavern's retired.
Stavern's making a comeback.
No. Don't ever fight Stavern.
Stavern gave Wilder some good advice too. Stavern was like, the reason why he think Wilder lost because he didn't get enough rest in between those 2 fights. The big fight with Ortiz, and then he didn't get enough rest.
Andre Ward said, "Don't do that. Don't do that. You get paid a lot of money."
Yeah, and that's what I say too. Nah, you knew what you was doing. Yeah. So fuck that. But at the same time,
I
think
it's going to be too much time if they fight in July. If they fight, it's going to be too quick because it fights in February, March, April, May, June, July. Well, it's 5 months, but
that's enough time. Yeah, that's way enough time.
Whereas the previous he fought Ortiz in November.
April, May, June, July.
Yeah.
April, May, June.
His last fight he fought, what's his name in December, right?
I'm talking about March, April, May, June. So he has 4 months March to rest. Then he has 3 months to train.
No, I'm saying, but the last fight against Ortiz was in November, and then he fought in February, December, January. You know what I'm saying? February, like so basically only 3 months. But no, don't do that. Don't do that.
Nah, I ain't doing it. Yeah, I'm not making excuses, but I think a tune-up would be great. Whoever it is, I don't give a fuck who it is. A tune-up would be.
Don't fight no scrub. Fight somebody good. Don't pull Anthony Yarde and fight a guy who's 4 and 40.
Anthony Yarde did that for a reason because he needed a win to get in the WO.
Son, but he could have fought 100 other guys to get in the WO picture.
But he did the right thing.
He fought some scrub in
Work
Spain.
Smarter, not harder.
He fought some scrub in Spain. They was just looking for somebody to bring up that joint. They was like,
if you're going to go to 4 yard, you better call Anthony Yarde.
Bro, they was looking through the phone books, bro, trying to find. They said we'll find the worst fighter
boy, man.
we can possibly find.
Anthony Yarde is my boy.
Man, what you think about you saw Kovalev got in trouble again.
But Kovalev's supposed to be fighting in July.
He shouldn't ever fight.
Nah, he said he's gonna be fighting.
He should never fight again. Fucking working. Like, I don't know, bro. You get all that money, son. Just call it a career. Like, it would just go home. Like, bro, because you just fought Canelo and probably got your biggest payday. You got knocked out. Like, you're done.
Well, let him fight again.
No, because he's not ever going to be that guy anymore. He's too slow.
He's not the Punisher anymore.
No, he hasn't been the Punisher.
The Crusher, whatever the fuck
he could beat Yarde, but that was about as good as it got. Like, Nah, son.
And that's because Yarde got tired.
Yarde was piecing him up in the 8th, and then
Got tired.
shit got really hectic.
Couldn't finish him.
Really.
That was a good. I like that fight. That was a good fight. Bro.
Yeah, it was very interesting. And wasn't they joining England or something? Because it was on like.
Nah, it was in Yarde's home country.
I think England.
Nah, he's from Yarde. I'm not Yarde. I'm talking about
So it's in Russia.
Yeah.
Russia, yeah, because I remember it was on like 3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, he's going to fight Sullivan Barrera on April 25th.
Oh God. I hope he gets his DUI situation worked out.
I guess like he did already because he's about to fight.
Yeah, I mean, they probably not going to cancel the fight as long as he's not in jail. So, anyway, I guess. Sullivan Beret is pretty old, too. I don't know. I don't like seeing that shit. I think once it's time, once you start slipping, like I said, I don't really want to see Triple G no more. For real, to be honest. Like, bro, it's time, bro. You get old, bro. Go home, bro. Go home.
That's how I'm starting to feel about Pacquiao.
Let's make space for the young bucks. I mean, I've been felt that way about Pacquiao, but the thing is Pacquiao keeps winning.
And that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm starting to feel like I'm starting to be like, man, nigga, just go home. We know you good, bro. Like we know you're great, bro. Like go home. Just win again. See, because that's another thing. Like I don't want you to tarnish your career. Like, cause what happens when you get knocked out? What happens if you fight like Bud and Bud like soundly beats you? Then it's gonna be like
they said maybe that could be the next joint.
But they ain't talking about Danny. Don't fight Mikey Garcia either. And don't fight Mikey Garcia, but don't fight Danny Garcia. Because you all know what's going to happen to Danny Garcia.
I think Mikey Garcia is probably his speed for real. Like, maybe he could get him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, I don't know.
That would be a good ass fight.
I don't think Mikey should be fighting at 147, to be honest.
Man, shit. But,
yeah,
I don't know. But Mikey, like I said to you a couple days ago, I think that everybody gave an unfair assessment on Mikey Garcia, and including myself, when he stepped up to 147. His first fight was against Earl Spence. That's a hell of an opponent to be stepping up. But on the same token, I agree with you, and I know you agree with me saying it. I think he ran from Loma when he did that step up. So it got to be something in that joint that it got to be something to it. But if he wants to prove, if he said I proved all I did in 130, 140, and 135, then I'm good. But I don't think he did because you didn't fight, man. You didn't fight the fight that people wanted to see, bro. Like you ran from that joint for real, kind of. But at the same time, he beat Jesse Vargas really soundly. So. Damn, and you know what's crazy? Vargas was, and you know what I was about to say? The knockdown ruined the joint, bro. Like. Once the knockdown came, I was like, oh, man, it's game over, bro. Like, because he was tagging the shit out. He was throwing them power shots on like they hurt. But Vargas was winning in the beginning, like, but still.
Through 4 rounds, he was up 3-1.
It's just, Mikey turned it up, and that knockdown ruined it. That knockdown
he kind of took him in the deep water. Yeah. Vargas started getting a little tired, it looked like. Nah, definitely. So, just some happenings going on. I think Mikey Garcia is a punk for avoiding Loma, and I mean it'd be cool. It'd be a good fight versus Manny Pacquiao. It definitely would. But yeah, they said Pacquiao could fight Bud too, and I think Bud would probably beat the brakes off Pacquiao. Not beat the brakes off Pacquiao. Don't get me wrong. Pacquiao's still a good fighter, but I think Bud would win solid. It might even go the distance, but I think Bud would win.
I think it would go the distance. I don't think that neither one would knock each other out. They might get a knockdown apiece. I don't even think that Bud will drop. I haven't seen him. I haven't really
his last fight though, he was looking, at least in the beginning, he was looking a little shaky. But then he turned it up. He did turn round 7.
He was doing too much. He underestimated his opponent. But at the same
he
time,
underestimated.
No, because that's what happened with the Thurman fight, man. That's how Thurman got caught slipping, and you can't do that with Pacquiao. You can't get caught slipping. We ain't even talk about Adrian Broner because he just was a.
He wasn't throwing no punches.
No, he was just. He was just out there to get money.
Yeah, shit.
Man, that shit would be tight. And I would be happy for Bud, even if he wins, even if he loses, I'll be happy for him, kind of because
Bud gotta win that joint.
I know, but that money he would get from that fight.
It's one thing to fight Adrian Broner. It's like, all right, good win, Pacquiao. What do you think you had in? Good one. When you beat Keith Thurman, it's like, all right, we gotta start taking you for real. If he beats Bud, it's like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's climbing the ladder. So I know I said the first 2 fights, I didn't think he'd beat Broner. All right, man. He caught Burner. Burner was slipping.
I said the exact same
He
thing.
beat Keith Thurman. When he was fighting Keith Thurman, no way. He ain't about to beat Keith Thurman. He beat Keith Thurman. Goddamn. If this motherfucker beat Bud, which I don't, I think, you know what I'm saying, his chariot turns into a pumpkin. I think the clock strikes midnight on this late run. You know what I'm saying? And so, I think Bud would beat him. Like you said, it probably goes distance. So I think Bud would win, unanimous decision. But could I see Pacquiao winning? Not against Bud. Nah, but I guess it's possible though. He could beat Bud. Theoretically. I don't see that.
No, he could theoretically, but I don't know. 50-50 fight.
Bud's like that. The only guy I think is better than him is Errol Spence. Like that's the only thing. Because Spence is bigger than Bud. Like
Spence is just a generational talent to me.
But Bud is too though. Bud is
too. I'm not saying, but I'm talking about Spence. Spence is
yeah.
a generational talent. Spence is a talent, man. Spence be doing his thing. It's gonna be something to see. I seen his little training video. He just posted, and he looked pretty good. So can't wait to see him get back in the ring. But damn it, man, I hope somebody beats Pacquiao.
just to end this shit.
Yeah, because it's just getting out of hand now. It's like, bro, come on, man. But at the same time, it's like hats off to him because if none of these young guys can beat him, then what the fuck? Like, son, when Thurman got knocked down, that changed the fight.
Yeah, it changed
the whole fight, but in the later rounds, Thurman actually was putting some shit together.
Yeah,
and he was catching Pacquiao like, oh shit. And I was like, where the fuck was this at the beginning of the fight, man? He just got caught with that one shot. He got caught slipping, and that knockdown, like, I thought he put this man away. When I seen that shit, I was like, oh my god.
I was shocked.
I was too. I just shook my head because I put money on Thurman to win. I thought Thurman was gonna win, but now I learned never bet against Pac. Did that twice. Broner let me down and Thurman let me down, but
yeah.
And now we starting to see like the top half of the division. I would love to see Pac in that division, the 147, fight Sean Porter. I would love to see him fight Ugas. And you know what's crazy? Ugas is still not in the mix for some reason. That's kind of pissing me off because I believe he beat Sean Porter.
Yeah.
That last fight that Sean Porter had before the Spence fight. I don't think that should have been Sean Porter versus Spence. I really, in my heart of hearts, thought it should have been Ugas versus Errol Spence, which I would love to see that fight too. I would love to see two tall, big opponents in the 147 division take each other on. Like, I think that those two guys are good, even though I think that Spence is a little bit better, but I think that Ugas is a good talent. Ugas beat Sean Porter, bro. Like,
and he's won his last fights too.
He did. Like, they stopped the last fight. He won by stoppage last time.
What's his name? Don't want to fight him, Bud, because that's too risky. Bud don't want to take him on.
Nah,
he's kind of like the Andrade of the welterweight division. Like, it's like he can't. He's not like a big enough draw where it's like, all right, to give him the top opportunity, but he's too risky for the guys, for the contenders though, and so it kind of presents a bad situation for you guys.
It does.
And But nah, what do you think about if Bud didn't fight Pacquiao? What if he fought, what's his name, Danny Garcia?
I think that would be a good fight too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be a real good fight. I think their styles mix together well. I think that they would be.
Bud would definitely be the favorite though.
Bud is the favorite. Bud's the favorite in every fight besides the Spence fight. So
yeah. True. Even now, though, I mean, because we haven't seen Spence come back. But I thought before Spence's accident, I thought Spence was better. But some people disagree, though. Some people say Bud's the best in the world, which he's up there, but he ain't Errol Spence. Not in my opinion. Not who Errol Spence was. Errol Spence before the accident. So
that would be a good fight. I think that if he doesn't get the Pacquiao fight, I think I would really like to see him fight. Danny Garcia would be a good opponent. But I would like to see him fight Mikey Garcia. If he can't get the Pacquiao fight, I would love to see him fight Mikey Garcia because that would be another opponent that we see.
Bud versus Mikey Garcia?
Yeah, I would love to see that because that would be only reason I say that because I don't want to see him fight Keith Thurman. I don't want to see him fight. I know the Ugas fight probably going to happen because I really would love to see him fight Ugas. That's who I really would love to see him fight Ugas, but.
He's too risky.
And then we're gonna talk about rankings and shit. Mikey Garcia deserves another title shot. So, he just won a belt, I believe.
He just beat Vargas.
Yeah. So he won a belt, but I would love to see that because they both got belts, and Bud has a more important joint. So that'll be a tight fight. I'd love to see those two styles. I don't think their styles match well together. So I'd like to see how Bud takes on a power puncher as Mikey Garcia, and I'd love to see how Mikey Garcia would will fight against Bud's defense because Bud has excellent defense. So I would
He's
see how
great reaction time, and I love that he's a
man, I
switch
know,
hitter.
and that's what I'm saying.
He's
Like,
naturally a southpaw, but you know what I'm saying, he's switching to the right. Like,
you know, I would love to
like Marvin
see.
Harris shit.
I would love to see him. I would love to see that shit. I would love to see how Mike Garcia reacts to that, to the switch shit, and that's what I was about to get to. Good segue. I would love to see how he would how he would react to that. We saw that a little bit in Bud's last fight, which I think it was a little bit sloppy last fight. I think that he was just last fight. I think he was just all like sloppy as shit. I don't think he respected his opponent at all until he got rocked, and then he started respecting him.
Right.
Yeah, because when the fighting inside, he started. Man, I've never seen a small fighter to his stature like that get inside with somebody and just those punches look fucking devastating. And his opponent, and it can say on his opponent's face, like his opponent's face was red, like he was beating the shit out of him. So I really would love to see a Mikey Garcia fight because Mikey Garcia is a tough opponent. He has a tough chin. We already noticed that, and he throws some mean shots, and he's a great boxer. So I would love to see two great boxers fight each other in that division because I can't get the fight that I want, which is the Yugas fight. I would love to see that fight. That's what I hope that would happen. But I think we're on a collision course with Pacquiao versus Bud. I think that would be the next fight.
Yeah. No, I feel that Pacquiao versus Bud, which I think Bud, we both agree that Bud probably won that joint. There was a joint, and we was kind of going at it, and we was talking about a little before about this fight that's coming up in May, and like the joint Rummy's Corner, he was talking about all the fights that he got wrong, like all the heavyweight fights and shit. I was probably with him on a lot of them joints. I probably would have picked Joshua to beat Klitschko, like after Klitschko lost to Fury and was coming back, you know what I'm saying, off a 2-year hiatus. I probably would have picked Joshua, and I probably would have picked Wilder versus Molina back in 2016. But shit, I was with him on the rest of them. I probably would have picked Klitschko to beat Fury.
He picked Molina to beat Wilder.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was tripping. So yeah, I probably would have picked Josh would have beat Klitschko, and I probably would have picked Wilder to beat Molina. But I was with him on the rest of them. Like shit, the second Wilder fight, I picked Wilder. The Wilder Fury joint, I picked Wilder. The first one, I picked Wilder. Obviously, it was wrong because it was a draw. You know what I'm saying? When Klitschko fought Fury, I probably would have picked Klitschko. I know when Pacquiao fought Floyd, I picked Pacquiao. Obviously, it was wrong like shit. He was talking about the Floyd fights too, where he was wrong, and he said he picked Canelo to beat Floyd. He said he picked Pacquiao to beat Floyd. He picked Shane Mosley to beat Floyd, and he picked the fight that they thought Floyd lost back in 2002. In the second joint, he picked the other guy, and so he said those were the only four Floyd fights that he missed and shit. Obviously, being wrong about them joints and shit. I might have picked Canelo. I might have picked. And I did pick Pacquiao and shit, and I didn't think Shane Mosley. I remember when that shit happened. I didn't think Shane. I thought he was too old. I didn't think he was gonna be able to beat Floyd.
He almost dropped Floyd.
I know. I saw the shot.
I saw that shot.
Because I actually, that was one of the few fights
you know
I watched live.
Yeah, you know, and I mean, cut you off.
Yeah.
I remember when I watched that joint, I said I thought he did drop him because Floyd, his knee hit the ground, but his glove didn't. But I'm like, bruh, he is buckled this man. And I'll never forget that joint. It was like a bang, a hook. Just hit Floyd, and Floyd almost fell. But he soundly beat the shit.
But I knew that. I knew.
Yeah, I kind of knew.
Mosley wasn't going to.
I actually picked Mosley to win that fight, but
I probably would have went with Floyd.
I already knew the Mosley versus Pacquiao joint. All right, man, I watched that joint too. And Pacquiao, I remember when Pacquiao knocked him down, and Mosley looked up at him like, "Oh shit,
what the fuck did I just get into?
What did I get myself into?" So I remember I seen that joint too. And I watched Floyd versus Pacquiao. Man, I picked Floyd to win that fight. I didn't think Pacquiao was going to do it, but you know.
Boxing be unpredictable.
It is.
You never know.
I was about to say that. Like I said, that's what I'm saying. When the night of the day of the Fury Wilder fight, something inside me was like.
You were saying though.
And I said that shit. I was like, man, Wilder about to lose, man. I don't know how it's gonna happen. I didn't think he was gonna get knocked out. Which I still to this day he didn't though. He got back up. He threw in the towel. It's a TKO. Yeah. It's a TKO technical knockout.
Right.
So he didn't get knocked out. I said that he was going to make it past the second round. I was like, no way Tyson Fury going to knock him out in the second round. But I said that he's going to do the exact same thing that Ruiz did to Joshua. He is going to rush him. And I remember saying that shit. I said, hey, look, watch, he going to rush Wilder, and it's going to catch him off guard.
When he went down in the third, bro, I think the second was very competitive. Man, when he went down in the third, I was like, oh, it was like a part of me.
Because that shot, I seen that shot in the third, and I was like, oh, yeah, that was game over. I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, I seen this fight somewhere before. And like, oh shit, this is the Andy Ruiz Joshua first fight when Andy Ruiz caught him and Joshua did that weird ass shit like that. Wilder did the exact same thing, but it caught Wilder to the point where Wilder actually fell because Wilder was like, damn, and it hit him and he wasn't expecting it, so he fell. But you know, that's boxing, like John said. Shit happens. It's unpredictable, and sometimes you think you got it, sometimes you don't. Every champion loses. Muhammad Ali wasn't undefeated. If Muhammad Ali was undefeated, we would be talking about Muhammad Ali being the greatest boxer of all time. I think he was like, what, 64-5 when he retired? Or 65-5 or something like that.
He lost 5 fights, yeah.
Yeah, I know he lost.
But the last 2 didn't count, though. The Larry Holmes and the Trevor Berbick fights didn't count. The only joints that counted.
They counted.
No, they didn't count.
Matter. He was fighting.
No, they didn't. Whenever motherfuckers say, how many times did Muhammad Ali lose? He only lost 3 times.
It was on his record.
No, they don't count. They're not official because he was old and washed up. No, he shouldn't come back. So anyway, he lost to Joe Frazier. He lost to Ken Norton. And he lost to Leon
Ain't
Spinks.
Nobody going to fucking erase records.
Nah, them joints don't count. So anyway,
ain't no. So anyway, he was 56-5. So if anything,
56-3.
He was 56-5. So if anything, if we'll be talking about Ali, if he didn't come back, he would have been what? So 56-5. He lost 3 fights. Let's say he was 56 wins. That's 59-0. That's what we'll be talking about till this day, but we don't, and he's still the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time. People say that. People say that unanimously. He's the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time. He will go down in history no matter what, the greatest heavyweight boxer of all time.
Marvin Hagler was a great fighter. He lost fights. You feel me? Roy Jones was a great fighter.
He lost fights.
Sugar Ray Robinson
Tyson lost fights.
Yeah.
Dennis Lewis lost fights.
Yep.
He knocked the end. So it's people are quick to doubt him. I heard some people say he can't box. Man, I went back and I watched some of them Olympic trial joints that Wilder was in. Besides one joint, the 2008 Olympics, the United States should not have made it. And I'm going to tell y'all why. Because Wilder, what happened, his opponent did an illegal, I think he did something illegal, and they deducted a point. And they deducted 2 points from his opponent. So that gave Wilder an edge, and Wilder won off of that technicality. But at the same time, that was some of the crispest, most technical boxing I've seen from Deontay Wilder in forever. Besides the second Ruiz fight when he started off, the second Ortiz fight when he started off technical. No, the first one he started off technical and then he just ditched that shit. He ditched the plan and was like, fuck it, I'm about to fight my fight. I don't feel comfortable.
Man, but that's what I'm saying though. But he's gotten to the style of fighting like that for so long.
And that's what I'm saying. That's what I know, and that's what I'm saying. But I'm getting to the point that people saying he can't box. Like, man, you listen to some of the commentators on that joint, they were hating on America, period. It was like Americans don't have a team in again, and the heavyweights, Deontay Wilder's the best American we got, then that's a problem. Nah, man, that ain't a problem. That means this guy was knocking motherfuckers out, and that's a problem for them, not for America. He got the bronze medal. Like, dude, that shit pissed me off. But I love the way I saw Deontay Wilder. He looked comfortable. He looked like a guy that was ready to get it. And I hope he comes back to that. I know he will. But people go and write people off over losses. That's crazy, man. The heavyweight division is back, and it's exciting. Like, you can't write these guys. You got
150 fights.
It is. It's a bunch. And I think the rematch in July, hopefully Deontay took George Foreman's advice, and I hope that he went to go see George, and I hope that, man, a lot of people, you know, it's crazy, a lot of people reached out to Deontay and said they want to help
Antonio Tarver, Floyd Mayweather. It's like, damn.
Because a lot of people want to see that man succeed. A lot of people want to see him succeed. He's an American. Like, dude, it's the first time, and I think they said in a long time, I don't know how many years, that all the heavyweight titles are in Britain.
But there were none in America since after
I know, since Shannon Briggs, but in Britain, no, we ain't rocking like that.
When Lennox was Canadian for himself. Yeah, I don't know. Just interesting, you know what I'm saying? Just how it all plays out. So I'm looking forward to the July fight. I think Wilder can somehow do it. Hopefully he takes Foreman's advice. Shit, we'll try to get her done. But what I was getting at though, is talking about, Rummy's Corner, predicting videos, predicting fights. Recently, I haven't been very good at predicting fights myself. Like I said, obviously I picked Wilder in the second joint. He got TKO'd, corner threw in the towel. I picked Vargas at the last minute to beat Mikey Garcia. Obviously, was wrong about that shit. What else? I picked, what's his name? He was a 9-1 favorite, Julian Williams, to beat Rosario. He got the snot beat out of him.
I told you he was going to do that shit, too.
Hey, I did get the Joe Smith Jr. joint right when he fought Jesse Hart.
No, you didn't.
Did.
You picked Jesse Hart.
Bruh, on the day of, I was ready to bet on Joe Smith Jr.
I picked Joe Smith Jr. We got the audio playback.
Bruh, I said it was a 50-50 fight. And the day of...
You said you picked whatchamacallit, you picked Jesse Hart.
No, I picked Joe Smith. It was a 50-50 fight. I didn't know who to pick. I was kind of leaning toward Jesse Hart, but then I picked Joe Smith.
Nah, he picked Joe
Smith.
I was ready to bet. When we did the picks for the show, he picked Jesse Hart.
Alright, so, but then with the Gary Russell Jr. joint, I knew Gary Russell was probably going to win the fight, but I bet on the other dude. So, theoretically, I picked the other guy.
Why you?
I was ready because he was a 3-1 underdog.
God damn, you bet against Gary for real?
Yeah, I bet on the other dude. It was a 3-1. Bro, that's how I was going to do with Joe Smith. I didn't bet on it, but I was going to. I was going to put like $5 in Joe Smith, get like 50, get 3-1. You feel me? I thought there was a very good chance Joe Smith Jr. could win, and he did. So I consider I got that right because I was going to bet on him. So I don't care what you say. Even if I picked what's his name on Wednesday, when Saturday came, I was picking Joe Smith Jr. So anyway, I've been slacking on picking some fights here. Long story short. So I'm pretty much like Rummy's Corner. I've been wrong. Hey, I feel very confident. I think that Lomachenko is going to beat Teofimo Lopez. I think that's going to happen. Sounds crazy. You think that Teofimo is going to knock my man's out second round?
Yeah, I've been round. I'm 4-0 so far. All the fights that I actually picked a winner, so I'm kind of cool. But I think
what fights did you pick a winner?
So the Joe Smith and Joe Smith Jr. and Jesse Hart fight, got that joint right.
Joe Smith,
got Joe Smith. I said that Anthony Joshua was going to beat Ruiz in the second joint, got that right. I said that Fury was going to beat Wilder, got that right. I said that it was the fourth fight.
The day when we recorded it, you picked Wilder though.
I said 50-50.
And then you okay. I said I'll give you that credit. Then I should get that credit for the Joe Smith joint. I said 50-50. No. You working me out here.
He picked Joe Smith Jr. No, I'll give him credit. He picked 50-50. Then I got
who's the fourth joint?
The fourth joint was the Wilder versus Ortiz fight. I said Wilder was gonna knock him
out. Oh yeah, so I got that one right. I did get that one.
No, like that's what I'm telling you, man.
I'm 1-3 or 2-2.
So like I just like, bro, it's just unpredictable though. But sometimes you gotta go. It's not emotion because I had to put the emotion aside for the Wilder fight because I was like, I wanted my man to win, but I just had the feeling that he was gonna lose that fight, and that kind of. It is what it is. I'm not gonna keep talking about that joint, but it's all right. Rummy's Corner, Rummy, man, you good. Sometimes you pick the good one, sometimes you don't.
You just be off sometimes. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure he's been watching boxing for 30 years.
Because it's crazy. We can go to the casino and bet on baseball, football. John will be on, and I'll be off. But if they have boxing up, 4-0, I'm kind of good. I'll be on. Like I love that shit. Because you gotta kind of like look at that joint. Like I remember when we was watching that one joint, Ted's just like the dude who did it, Bernard Hopkins' ex was gonna lose, and he fucking lost. So like, man, it's crazy. Like the fights be crazy, but I think that Teofimo is gonna end this man. I'm not gonna say 2 rounds. I know I said 9-2, but I think he's gonna end him in I think it's gonna be in 5 rounds. Because I'm gonna give Loma some credit, but I think that Teofimo is just that damn good. I think Teofimo wins in 5.
5 rounds.
5 rounds.
I think Lomachenko, I think it's going to go the distance.
And if it goes the distance, Loma's going to take him to deep water. And I think that Teofimo can swim out.
Start punishing him. So, should be a good fight. Supposedly that's supposed to happen May 30th at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, Loma's scared because Loma, it's the first time.
Loma ain't scared. Right. No, he's not.
Yeah, he is.
We got this. We got this covered. So, anyway, it's going to be his first time fighting a guy who, even though it is going to be a 135, what's his name? TFO has trouble making 135, so he's really like a 140 fighter for real. So it's gonna be, Loman said he didn't really want to fight those kind of guys, but hey, he's gonna fight him this time, and he's gonna win this time. We're gonna see how it all cranks out. We was thinking about getting tickets for the fight April 17th. It's gonna be at the MGM. It's Maurice Hooker. He's gonna be fighting Regis Prograis. I think Prograis is probably gonna be the A side. Regis Prograis versus Maurice Hooker. And then on the undercard is going to be Luke Campbell. He's fighting this one dude. I forget his name, but dude's really good. Hispanic guy, I believe. Dude's really good, though. So that should be entertaining. And then my man, Filip Hrvakic, he's fighting somebody, opponent to be announced. But they was talking about this one guy who's 15-1. So it should be good for Hrvakic. He's 10-0, but he's an up-and-comer, you know what I'm saying, in the heavyweight division. So it should be interesting. I'm very much looking forward to that fight. I think it sounds like a really good card. Jordan, what you think about that joint, man?
Man, it's going to be a good Regis. I don't know about the other joints. Luke Campbell, I think he's going to win. So other fights.
The other dude lost to Jason Sosa. And Hrvakic, he's probably going to fight the guy he should be.
I know Luke Campbell's going to win, but
the main
Regis
event.
Prograis and Maurice Hooker, I said I'm rocking with Regis because I believe Regis is going to bring the ring experience, and I believe that Regis, if it goes to deep water, I think Regis will be the one swimming out. Now Maurice, I know he has the
He's
hook.
Long
He has the
shit.
Yeah, he is, and he's a taller opponent, and he has the reach. But I still give it to Regis though. I think it's going to go to distance, but I think it will be like a majority decision, and it's going to go to Regis. Or it might be a split decision. It'll go to Regis, but I think that Regis will win by majority decision, not unanimous, because I believe one judge will probably give it to So
Split decision.
Yeah, majority decision, whatever the fuck.
Majority's when one judge has a draw.
Yeah, so majority decision with one draw
For Prograis.
Yeah, because I think that's what it should. Yeah, because I'm not gonna say they're gonna give it to I think that it'll be a draw. So Prograis wins by majority decision.
Yeah,
because I think he is the better skilled fighter. Like I said,
but
Maurice.
Hooker's longer
Maurice,
and he's really good.
But when I've watched fights that I've watched, he's always looked for the knockout sometimes. He sometimes goes and look for the knockout. I think that him going in the fight with, Jose Ramirez, whatever.
Jose Ramirez.
Yeah, I can't say his name, y'all. I'm sorry. I can't roll it. Well, Jose, I know he got knocked out, and I think that he actually overexerted himself, and he was looking at one punch for too long in a fight. And I think that Jose actually outboxed him as well. And Jose actually put in some good body work that led to the knockout. And that was, hey, man, like Maurice got caught. And, Regis lost his last fight, too. And he got...
to Josh Taylor. But it was a close fight.
And it was a close fight. And I still think to this day that I think that Regis won, even though Regis came out and said he lost. And that's cool. I respect him for that. But I think he won. But at the same time, I think that he wins this fight because of experience. Maurice Hooker's going to look good in it, but I think that he's going to win by experience. Now, I could be wrong, and Maurice could win by knockout because he does have a reach, and Maurice is a powerful hitter, and he knows how to box. Hooker is a great fighter, but Regis is good too. So I want to see what's going to happen. I think Regis win, like I said, majority decision. It goes the distance, and that's how I feel.
Yeah, I feel that. If Tito Farmer wins, he should fight one of them.
Nah, I don't think he should fight one of them because both of them got. Yeah, because both of them got losses, and I don't think that. And let me say this about this fight.
I mean, it's a big fight, though.
It is a big fight, and I talked to John about it. I don't like rewarding guys for not being able to keep up with their obligations. You came into this joint knowing that you're gonna be fighting at 140 or 147. Now, you have a chance to pick a weight. If you can't make the weight for Maurice Hooker, who's having trouble keeping 140, and Regis, who doesn't want to drop to 140 but doesn't want to go to 147, I guess. What Regis' problem is what? He doesn't want to...
No, I think he just agreed to fight... What's his name?
Oh, he agreed. Oh, so Regis don't got the problem. So Regis can fight at 140. It's mostly Hooker. Yeah. So Hooker doesn't want to drop to 140.
He has trouble making the 140.
Yeah, he has trouble making the 140 weight. He wants to go to 140.
And doesn't want anything to happen.
But he doesn't... Yeah, but he doesn't want to go to 147.
Uh-huh.
So you're telling me Regis can make 140, and can fight you at 140, but you can't make weight.
So they make
to
catch weight
147.
143.
That no, I have a problem with that. I think that's just sloppy. I think that's disrespectful to the sport, and I think it's disrespectful to your opponent. You know this. You want to make 140, then you can't do it. Go 147, bro. Like that's not. That's
He
not
said he
good.
wants to get his belts back. From
No. Then you make your ass at 140. Then you're not gonna fight. I never heard of a the greatest catchweight fighter in the world. Never heard of that.
I feel that, man. It is pretty wild. So, hey, that's April 17th at the MGM National Harbor. This was J&J Boxing. Anything did you want to add about wrestling?
Nah,
AEW?
we good. Just make sure that y'all
XFL football.
Y'all take care of everything. Oh, hold on 1 second though. Well, XFL football. I'm gonna make it quick. Make it real quick. Oh, fucking A. But XFL football, their attendance is down from last week. I think last week they had like 98,000. This week they only had 70,000. They're down 14.9%. And their ratings, I think their ratings were still good, but they were down. The attendance was down.
Bit,
yeah.
Hey, it happens to the best of them.
It does.
We'll get them next week.
But make sure y'all like, share, subscribe, hit that shit, hit that button at the top, hit the bell so y'all can get notified. And shout out to Legendary Top Cats and Remy's Corner, Flip Mode Raps, Blue Bloods, everybody in the Boston community. Shout out to y'all, man. Y'all the reason why we got this joint started. We're trying to add more content to the community. We want y'all to like, share, subscribe, do everything, man. I know I said it twice.
Stay tuned for the upcoming events.
Stay tuned for the upcoming events, man. Peace out.